Good morning, hockey fans. Oh, did you? We are back bright and early this morning. Final game of the weekend. The potential for the final game on this season. For all the marbles to advance. I hope everybody can hear me, by the way. Give me a thumbs up if you can. I have adjusted the headset because I kind of had an error all weekend, so I've probably not been something you can hear a lot of because I've been talking to a headset that wasn't on. So we are at the final game of the weekend. A rematch. Junior Preds and the Florida Alliance. An early bird special. With the 8:15 start here locally. Thank you for the like. So that means you can hear me, which is good. You can hear what's going on. Boys are wearing gold. We are the away team. Florida, I believe, went 3-0 on the weekend. We are 2-1. Three minutes on the clock for the warm-up before we see a drop at center ice. And we get underway. Winner today advances to the national tournament in Michigan at the end of the month, I believe. A few weeks yet. So we play 50-some games, and it all comes down to one. It's nice and calm and quiet in here. Up until about 5 minutes ago, they kicked the lights on, threw some pucks on the ice, and we are loud and ready. We'll get the starting lineup to you here in just a few minutes. Looks like everybody got their clocks set accordingly. So nobody missed the time change. Thank you, Grandma Pitts. Yeah, you can hear me much better because I turned the headset on. So, what do you do, right? Learn something at the end of the season. Good group of parents over there in the stands. Getting up early, firing up coffee pots, having a quick little breakfast for the players. Coming to the rink where we live. Seconds, and we'll collect some pucks. get the pre-game jitters worked out of the legs and the body so the boys can get in and focus on the task at hand. Boys are gathered at the net on the far end. Pucks are up. Jonesy drifts in. Ben's buried in the middle of that somewhere, probably right near the net. I see him on the left. Six are up. And they're off to the bench. Final words from Coach JP. Starting six. We'll slide into place and we will go live at center ice. Starting six. Jonesy's in the pipes. Heyman, Fitz, Sisti, Loesch, and Simpson. All right. Here we go. Well, almost. And we're down. Puck is on the ice. Preds control it from the faceoff. Dumped in, sent across ice by the Alliance. Out to the neutral zone. Dumped in by Heyman. Far side, loose in front of the Florida goalie. Far side, Loesch stretches it across, taken back by Florida. Dumped into the far corner. Line change. Farragut, Towery, Halter, Ackright. Loesch still remains. Shot down on the far end. Backhand. And Florida quickly on the board with a swift little move down on the other end. Backhand shot by, looks like, number 7 for Florida. And that puts them on the board immediately with less than a minute off the clock. So, looks like they caught us sleeping early. Hopefully this is not the sign of what's to come. A lot of game left, obviously. Florida back the other way, tripped by Farragut. Looks like no whistle. Preds control the puck, kicked in by Ackright, and icing is the call. Unstable start. See if we can get something locked in here. Line change for the Preds. Davis, Kennedy, Minnie. Graham. Davis on the draw, wins it to the corner to Minnie. Minnie sends it over to the far side, picked up by Kennedy, sent to the middle, and taken back by Florida. Florida kicks it in the near corner, far end. Nice hit by Minnie, takes the man off the puck. Behind Jonesy goes Graham. The light touch of the puck sends it through the corner, now out to the wing, tipped, and taken back by Florida. They send it up ice, far side, into the corner. Hustle it in is Minnie. Pinned at the wall. Over to Kennedy. Hot shot. Back behind Jonesy. Moved up the wall by Davis. Gets it to Howard. Taken back to the corner. Line change for the Preds, as well as Florida. Graham skates it up. Gets it to the red line. Tries to dump. Stood up at the red line. Maxrow picks it up. He comes through. Ronayne working his way through traffic. Got it picked. Has to reset. Pushed ahead by Graham. He sends it up to Reg. Taken back by Florida. Florida's got the puck control here early. I think the boys look a little tense myself. They need to loosen up a little bit. In the near corner, far side. Florida sends it out to the blue line. Clean shot, knocked down by Reg off the shin pads. Forces Florida to skate it back and reset in the neutral zone. Poked away by Simpson. Tripped over his skate. Regains his balance. Gorzica gives chase. Puts on a little pressure. Heyman tripped over his foot. Nice little dish to Fitzy. He got spun up. Back behind the net. We got to get something going here. You're fine. In the middle. Centering pass. Snuck through. Back goes Florida. 3-on-2. Florida controls it. Taken away. Sisti. He finds Fitz. Fitz on the wall. Looks to the middle. Goes and takes a big shot to the chin. Goes down. Gets the puck to Sisti. And Florida takes it back. I think we need to see some physicality here early. Nice takeaway by Towery. He finds Sisti on the wall. Sisti dumps it in, brings in the line change. Comes up to the near boards. Halter steps in, battles through one. Back to the middle, taken away by Ackright for a moment. Now in the neutral zone, Florida transitions back the other way. He's got one. Nice job by Halter. He kicks it over to center, picks up Farragut. Farragut to Ackright. Loose at the red line. Everybody's falling down here early. I don't know if it's the ice. Is it too hard? Centering pass. Jonesy lays down the pads, squares up the shoulders. Where's the puck? We're at 11:33 remaining in the first period. It is 1-0. Tampa with the early goal. Or I'm sorry, Florida, not Tampa. Early goal inside the first minute of play. We'll call that the sleeper goal. Reds move the puck out to neutral zone. Howie tried to hit Kennedy on the fly. Davis low in the corner. He battles. Now Minnie. He gets it back to Davis. Davis got room to skate. Comes up the far wall. He takes it. Kennedy goes with him. Davis got, looks like the puck got caught up in some snow or something over on the wall, and he kept moving one direction and the puck came back the other. Ronayne takes the face-off in the neutral zone. Gets it to Gorzica. Who's puck in front off of the initial shot. Reg comes in. He ends up in the net. Goalie's in the net. Reg trying to get to his stick. Looked like it might have got deflected off of a skate at one point, but nothing doing. Almost had an opportunity there. Had the shot on net anyway. Puck coming right in your living room there. Over to the far side on the wraparound. Out to the middle. Florida takes it the other way. Centering pass, stick save. Florida went right to left. Jonesy got a paddle on it. Florida resets. Not a lot of pressure here in the neutral zone. We got to body up, I think. If we will play more physical, we usually find greater success. Tipped out. Gorzica tries to work through some traffic. Preds were looking for a line change. Now they get it. Corsica was trying to fight through the traffic on his own while the troops were changing. Cardi, he wiped out on the other end of the ice. I said the boys are falling down quite a bit. Offsides is the call. Face off in the neutral zone in front of the benches. Actually comes all the way down to right in front of the Florida bench. Heyman on the draw. Draws it back to Towery. He retreats, sends it over to Carney. We're just not handling the puck right now, boys. Come on. We got to pick it up. Towery at the blue line. He comes across, looks, centers, drops it back. Pass to Carney, slips by, goes back the other way. Nice pick up in the middle. There's a icing. We're just not in sync at all. It's a mystery. Face off right of Jonesy, far side. Farragut, number 9, slides in, gets ready for the drop, draws it to the corner. Picked up by Minnie, sent to the far side, out to Ackright. Florida in control. Puck low in the far corner. Looks like the shot did get on net and covered by Jonesy. Sorry, I had to pause for a minute. Boys with the puck in the zone and offsides. Looks like the puck jumped in, jumped out, over the blue line. I'm in a pause. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here. Sorry. Corsica low in the corner, out to Reg. Reg sends it out to the blue line. Over to Loesch. Simpson shoots. Goes wide. Far side. Now Reg on the backhand. Sends it to the middle. Tries to get Rone. Far side. Hand pass. Face off in the neutral zone. Far side. After the hand pass by the Preds. Florida moves the puck over to the far. Gets it out to the neutral zone. Taken away by Sisti. He comes up the wall. Sends it to the near side. Picks up Heyman. Heyman stripped of the puck. Florida moves it to the middle. Now to the wing. Got a trailer. Shot. Pad save Jonesy. Back comes Sisti up along the wall again. Almost a repeat of the previous pass. He cuts to the middle, shoots. Not much on it. Glove save. Florida. Farragut circles, gets in for the drop. Shot on net by Ackright. Not much, just a little light slider to the net. Kicked away by the goalie for Florida. Low behind Jonesy. Picked up by the D. Moved up to the corner. Out to Ackright. He tried to tip through it. We're just not in sync. Morning legs are something. Ackright in the corner. Looks in, moves it up ice. Actually, Ackright's at the blue line. He gets it to Halter. Halter sends it in. Hustling into Simpson. He sends it to the far corner. Ronayne. Battles in the corner. Tries to get to the puck. Gets to Reg. Reg works through. Now Corsica. Puck out in the neutral zone. Slides down to the far end. Tip. No icing. Florida on the line change. Deep behind the net. Lifted out to the blue line. Kept in by Florida. Cross ice. In the slot. And covered by Jonesy. 6:44 on the clock. 1-0 is the score. Florida scoring really early, like 57 seconds into the game, early. So we haven't quite got our legs under us yet. We're working on it though. Heyman along the wall. Sisti sends it to the middle. Tries to get it to Fitz. Fitz in front. Out to the blue line. Towery. He sends it low. Taken away by Florida. Florida's doing a good job keeping us above the dots. They're not letting us get too deep. We got to up our physical play. That's all I can say. We're not being physical enough right now. Heyman comes in on the shot, shoots, launches it over the top of the net. Davis, Kennedy, Howard, joined by Loesch and Simpson. Davis will take the face off. Draws it to Kennedy. Shot low. Loose, bounces behind the net. Howard comes over. Howard right in front. He's got the puck, centers it. Hits a defender. Battles in front. Howard working the glass. Gets it to Kennedy. Far side. Fanned on. Picked up by Howard. Centering pass. Moved out to the blue line. Florida pushes it into the neutral zone. Cuts it back. Far side in the neutral zone. Florida sends it in. Low corner. Down to this short side. Picked up by the D. Moved to the far side. Kennedy slides up. Puts on some pressure. Davis comes in. Drops it to Kennedy. Kennedy fires. Shoots. Wow, they actually got 50 seconds instead of 10. And what did we get? 3 shots on net? Heyman, Fitz, Sisti, Minnie, and Graham. Puck in the far end, in the corner. Heyman cuts to the middle. Tries to go coast to coast here. Looks up, looking to center. Deflected, up into the rafters. Face-off coming at you, up close and personal. Farragut will step in for the draw. He waits. Brings it back, right? Skated over. Picked up by Florida. Back the other way. Superman dive by Florida down on the far end to get a piece of the puck. Minnie comes in, gets a body on the back behind the net. We'll get you down there a little bit. Don't try to zoom in too much because then you're blocked out coming this way. Halter gives chase. Far side. A little foot race there. Florida pushing the tempo. All the work seems to be down in that low left corner, right of Jonesy. Jonesy's on the pads. He's looking over his shoulder. Plays behind the net into the far corner. Out to the blue line. Little crisscross. Deflected pass goes to the right side. Hard wrap up the wall. Does not make it through. Shot down on net. Backhand. And somehow, some way, that puck did not go in, but the left side was wide open as Jonesy was covering the right post, and the puck made its way over to the opposite side. But I don't know what happened, but the puck did not go in, so we play on 1-0, 3:30 on the clock, first period. Lowry at the blue line far side, stretches it across. Out to Sisti. Sisti works through traffic. He goes for a wraparound. It's pushed down and out the way. Gets it over to Heyman on the wall. Out to the middle, kept in by Carney. He throws a backhand to the wall, gets it to Heyman, back to the middle. Fitzy shoots. Loose puck in front, glove by Florida. Ronayne slides in for the face-off. Right here, close. Corsica sends it to the blue line, out to Simpson, over to Reg. Reg fires, glove, covered. We'll reset the face-off here right in front of us. Getting some looks now. Reg at the wall, gets helped by Gorzica. Gorzica centers it. Nobody there. Far side, Loesch. Backhand to Gorzica. Loose to the neutral zone, knocked into Preds side. Offsides. Davis, Kennedy, Howard. Carney, Lowry. Lowry with the puck, over to Carney. He moves it to Howard. Puck jumped over Howard's stick. Kennedy gives chase. Get it, let's go. Come on. Battle through there. Sander, Davis in the corner. Puts it on the backhand, back to the forehand, tries to swing it over to the far side. Howie got tied up in traffic. Davis steals it. Press. Back the other way. Icing is the call on Florida. We'll have a face-off down on this end. Huh? Yeah. Heyman slides in for the draw. 1:55 on the clock, first period. Still 1-0 Florida. Florida pretty much owning the first period here. We're starting to build up some tempo, though, getting some momentum here. Seems like every shift that's on the ice is now starting to produce some shots, so that's good. Just got to keep driving to the net. Jonesy with the pad save far side. Sisti up against the wall, clears it to the neutral zone. Picked up by Florida. They skate it back. They cycle. Florida's doing a good job moving the puck. They're really stretched out on the ice. Making this work. Shot in front. Jonesy on the pads. Don't think he got a piece, but I think the shot went wide. Loose in the corner, near side. Far end, little scrum. Preds come up with it, push it up ice. Minnie sends it in. Wild deflection, goes to the net. Played by the goaltender for Florida. 50 seconds remain. Graham. Nope, that's Simpson on the far side, over to Loesch. Loesch moves it up to Ackright. He skates it up, tries to center it, knocked down by Florida. Florida's kind of, I think they've got a feel for what we do. We're going to have to mix it up a little bit on our transition, maybe. Back behind the net, Halter. Florida out to the middle. Kept in by Farragut. He's battling, working. As his halter comes across, he's just playing cat and mouse, trying to size up and move up where he can. Florida transitions back, gets to the far side. Puck taken into the corner, and at the buzzer. After 1-0, back in 60. Period number 2 coming at you. We're going bottom to top here. So normally I'd say right to left, but I'm at the wrong end of the rink. So puck is down. Florida dumps it in. Simpson comes in, centering pass. Blocker save. Actually, yeah, blocker save by Jonesy. Heyman lifts it high out of the zone. Caught. Florida falls down trying to catch the puck like a baseball player. Far end shot. Looks like it goes. I don't know if it went off of a post or what. It didn't make a metal sound, but it was a save nonetheless for Florida. Line change for both sides. Ronayne slides in, takes the drop. Florida controls it, sends it to the near corner. Tries to clear the zone, gets it in the neutral zone. Back check by Gorzyka, picked up by Towery. He picks it to his feet, sends it over to Carney on the far side. Taken back by Florida. Florida shoots. On the body and covered by Jonesy. Face-off will be to the right of Jonesy. Davis will come in for the draw. He's joined by Kennedy and Howard. Graham and Minnie. Davis holds it at the dot, keeps it, gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy on the backhand, sends it over to Davis. He retreats, moves into the corner. Down the far side, Davis behind the net, looks to center, works his way to the far corner, keeps it, puts it on the forehand, out to the blue line. Minnie shoots, deflected just wide. Right of the goalie, off the pads. Graham shoots, throws it down, loose in front. Picked up, keep pressing, boys. Give them hell. At the blue line, Florida fans on it. Then they dump it in. We're giving them too much leeway, too much room. Hold them up at the blue line. Big save by Jonesy. Backside was loose. Moving the puck up, 22. Minnie sends it in. Boys on the change. Far side. Florida reaches the neutral zone, carves their way through. They're letting the boys go coast to coast. Minnie, nice pass up the wall, finds Fitzy on the wing. He got tied up, dumps it, chases it. Sisti behind the net. Heyman at the wall, he cuts in, takes it low, goes to the middle, gets it poked away. And the puck is on its edge, and don't play it. Icing is waved off. 60 up the wall, near side, cuts to the middle, goes to the forehand, shoots, slides it down, hits the pad, kicked away by Florida. Backside, Heyman, poked away, Florida moving it up the wall. Taken back by Simpson, sent up the middle, tipped in by, nope, no tip in. Icing is the call. Thought it might have been tipped on the far side. 13-11 on the clock, second period. 1-0 still. Florida on top. Boys starting to get some shots, starting to get some looks. Farragut takes the face off. Back right in Reg. Carney. Shot knocked down by Halter. Moved up to Farragut. He moves up the wall. Referee right in front of him. He's like a roadblock. He's just drifting back, following the boys' path. Hard to go around a referee. Pretty even on the hits. I would say I don't think there's really been any major hits. Actually, I think they're playing quite soft on both sides. And if we would put some physical into it, we'll take Florida out of their game a little bit. Make some things happen. Of course, that's my opinion. And that opinion doesn't matter. Carney at the wall. Shot! Shot by Florida. Makes it 2-0. Florida picked up the loose puck, found an open shooter. Then they found the back of the net. 2-0 is the score. Max Rose slides in for the face-off. Boys are creeping. Pinned at the wall in at the red line, center ice. Gorzica and Ronayne. Reg gives chase down the far side, pushes through the corner. Wipe out. Tampa pushing back the other way. We got to stay on our feet, boys. Holy cow. Let's go. Ronayne back the other way. Tries to work his way around. Gets to the low corner. Tries to center. Gets through the crease over into the near corner. Florida sends it in. Minnie has one, and they ice. They called icing. Didn't expect that. Davis, Kennedy, Howard, Loesch, Simpson. Quick draw, Davis to Howard. Howard throws a backhand to the net, went off the side, the base of the net, now into the far corner. Davis sends it out to the blue line, over to Loesch. Loesch shoots, deflected high, back behind the net. Picked up by Kennedy, back to the blue line. Loesch fires again, tipped in front by Davis, deflected by Florida. Florida charges back the other way. Nice deflection off the skate, played by Loesch. Picked up by Kennedy. He crisscrosses, takes it to the far side, loads the forehand, shoots. Off the pad, Davis picks it up, loose puck, puts it right back on net. Covered. Just looking for that one to get in, you know. 10:52 on the clock, second period. Heyman, far corner, face off, into the corner, controlled by Florida. Yesterday, or Friday when we played them, we were owning the face-off circles. Today it's probably more even. At least it seems. Icing is the call. Face off, far corner. Left of the goalie for Florida. Almost a repeat of the previous face-off. Florida keeps it, sends it up the wall. Taken right back. Fitzy hustles to the corner. Florida wraps it to the far side. Picks up the centerman. Works his way through traffic. We're just skating. Frog up! Ah. Puck in and out of the glove. Finds the back of the net. Florida on top 3-0. Second period, 10:18 remaining. Boys looking to figure out a way to get a puck in the net on the far end. Heyman working the corner. Actually, that's Fitzy working the corner. He sends it down to Heyman. Now Graham. Graham shoots through traffic, goes up over the crossbar. Sisty in the corner. Pass to the blue line. Catches Graham. He got twisted up. Give and go by Florida. Goes on the backhand. Goes wide. Back the other way goes Graham. He sends it in. Florida putting the press on right now. Graham behind the net. Or I'm sorry, that's Heyman behind the net there. Kept in by Simpson at the blue line. Florida takes it right back. Moves it through the neutral zone. Lifts it high into the zone. Bounder goes wide of Jonesy. Picked up by Simpson. Line change for Florida. Stretch pass up the middle. Farragut. He tips it to the wall. Takes away the icing. Follows it up. Drops it to Ackright. He's behind the net. Gets it back to Farragut. Now at Ackright. They're just playing catch with it. Going back and forth. Trying to find an opening. Gets it out to Loesch. Loesch shoots flat. Oh! Halter had the shot. Fanned on it. Went right over the top of the puck. Had the left side of the net open. Shot by Loesch. Tipped by Farragut. Back behind the net. Picked up by Ackright. Back out to Loesch at the blue line. Low to the corner to Ackright. Florida sends it up ice. They find an open skater. Far side, back door. Florida put the rush on, coming back on the transition. Makes it 4-0. Second period with 8:15 to go. Ronan, Gorsica, Reg, Towery, and Carney. Referee handling the situation at the center. Boys are creeping, trying to rough each other up a little bit. Rone moves it up the wall. Far side. Stays with it. Florida moves it to the middle. Back in the neutral zone. Florida kicks it into the corner. In comes Towery. Florida sends it out to the blue line. Goes through traffic. Goes all the way down ice. That's a live puck. Picked up by Gorsica. Man down! I don't know what the deal is. We are not able to stay on our feet today. Scrum in the corner. Ronan, he gets up. finds the puck. Now Florida back in the corner. That's the hot corner today on all aspects. It seems to be the one location the puck always is spending a lot of his time at. Shot, body saved by Jonesy. Kicked out of the zone. Lifted high, waved off. Puck is live down on the far corner. Davis comes in, gets a piece of it, finds Kennedy. Davis on the forecheck, gets it back. Sends a backhand low to Howie. Howie works around to the middle, looks to wrap, goes to the wraparound, stuffs it, blocked, goes to the other side on the backhand. He sends it to the middle, sends a centering pass through the crease. On retreat, nice pickup. Davis to the wall. He does a stick lift, steals the puck. Kennedy comes in to help. Now over. Kennedy gets around one. He gets hooked. No whistle. He got taken down. That's all right. I'd rather not have a power play. Stay 5-on-5. Have more effectiveness. Graham with the shot. Deflected low. Pad save. Florida. Florida gets it at the blue line. Skates it in. Drops it. Drops the pass. Gets it to Fitz. Fitz takes it the other way. Strong shift by the group. Sisti battles down in the far corner. He's tied up, gets it to Fitz. Fitz comes across, finds the middle, gets it to Heyman. He goes to the forehand, and he gets it in the net. Powers his way forward. And we get a goal. The goose egg is gone. 4-1. Hopefully that picks up the energy a little bit on the Preds bench. Still a lot of hockey to be played. We're in the second period with 5:45 remaining. We'll have an ice cut in about 5 or 6 minutes. We can get one more on the board, cut the deficit in half. Quick shot, pad save from the blue line. Fitzy winds up and rips one. Loesch at the wall. He's battled by two. Now we got 3 Florida against 1. Now 2 Preds. Big old scrum. It's like rugby. Puck back in that low corner. Stretch out to the far side. At the blue line. Florida sends it across. Blue line to blue line. Tape to tape, and Florida's offsides. Take their offsides. Have a face-off on the neutral zone. Lines change. Farragut, Ackright, Halter, Cowrie, Carney. Face-off in the neutral zone, far side. Florida keeps it. Tried to send it in lightly. Cowrie turns it. Played back by Florida. Far side. Florida picks it up, cycles it low. They look to send it out. Shot, pad save, Jonesy, good read. Back the other way, foot race. Icing is waved off. Puck didn't make it to the far end anyway. Good setup by Florida, good read by Jonesy. Always just working, centering pass. Poke check by Jonesy. Saw that pass coming, a little pirouette by Halter. Moves the puck into the neutral zone. He picks it back up, sends it up the wall, dumps it in. That'll bring on Sisti. Minnie and Graham. Fits in the corner, finds Sisti low. He goes to the backhand, sends it out to the blue line. Minnie skates it across, sends it down low, tip wide. Florida tried to lift it out of the zone, played to the wall by Graham, and offsides or played out. Chipped out of play, one or the other. Neutral zone face-off, either way. 3:46 on the clock in the second period. 4-1 is your score. Preds down 3. Notched a goal a few minutes ago on a rush to the net. Florida controls the puck off the face-off, taken back by Heyman. Moved back into the far end, far zone. Graham on retreat. He surveys, looks, sends it up ice. It's Sisti on the wing. Centering pass goes to the middle. Nobody home. And offsides by Florida. So offsides is helping us the last few breaks. For Florida. Entering into the zone. It's real quiet out there. One of these early games are tough. Goes off draw, Ronang gets it to Simpson. He sends it in, puts it on net, kind of by accident. Kind of got deflected up in the air and then back down. Face off to the right of the Florida goaltender. Ronan's removed from the center due to the creeping by a couple of players. So Reg has to come in, take the draw, and wins it over to Loesch. Loesch sends it in. Deflected, moved out of the zone by Florida. Loesch comes back, takes it right back. He just got slashed. Now Simpson with the puck. He moves it up, finds Reg. Up in the corner. Taken back by Florida. Florida working his way down by himself. Stays with the puck. Picked up by Carney. Play loose in front. Up to Kennedy. He taps it through his legs. He starts back the other way. Cuts to the far side if he can load up. He goes through traffic. Nice nifty move there. Xander went through the wickets, tried to get around the D. Xander stays on him, plays him. Lowry in the corner. Davis picks it up, tries to find Xander. Ends up back the other way. 3-on-2, going the other way. Let's go, push it. Howie skates it in, shoots. No rebound. I was hoping we'd see a rebound right there. That would have been nice. Good transition for the group. Making a positive at a short time. Hard to get in sync. 10, 15. Yep. Puck loose in the middle, picked up by Florida. They send it in. Carney, hard off of the wall. At the blue line. Back the other way, Fitz. He works his way through. Shot, pad save by Florida. Good shot by Fitz. To get it through traffic. Florida off of a odd bounce of the puck. Bangs it in. With 1:14 left in the second, makes it 5-1. Florida putting on the pressure. They're attacking the net. Finding some openings. Far side. Florida sends it across. Lifted high into the neutral zone. Played by Minnie. Little spin out there. Nothing doing. Graham picks it up. He just missed a big hit. It sounded a lot worse than it was. Minnie gives a little elbow shiv over in the corner. That was a nice play. Now Graham takes a hit right there, gives it right back. He and number 9 are going at it pretty good. Halter goes down. Back the other way. Graham bodies up. Taken back by Ronayne. Over to the far side to Halter. Halter to the middle. He gets Ackright. Ackright's got some clear. He works his way through, gets tripped up. And the puck, he kind of got a shot, but it also went wide at the same time. But he made his way through, but he kind of got tripped up by Florida's D. Puck is deflected up and out of play with 6 seconds remaining in the second period. One more drop. We got a little tussle over there on the left side. Boys trying to gain position. Puck is down. Florida controls it off the faceoff, sends it to the middle. And there's the buzzer. After 2, your score 5-1. We'll see an ice cut, cleaning, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. We are back. There's the horn. Out comes the troops. We'll have a quick burn-in skate. And we'll get back to it here in the third period. All comes down to this final period. It is 5-1. Florida on top. So we've got our work cut out for us. And out we come. Boys will do a couple laps. Offensively, they're going to be shooting on this net here for the final period. Looks like Ben, the Hermanator Herman, is going to man the pipes in the third. We'll get you the kickoff here. You got Heyman, Sisti, Fitz, same starting five. Center ice, puck is down. Got smooth ice too, so we should see an uptick in speed initially. Florida stretches it out, moves it down ice, and icing is the call. So we'll have a face-off down on this end. Heyman will take the draw. Wins it over to Fitz. Up to the blue line. Shot goes wide. Gotta put the puck on net, guys. Come on. Loesch, far side, lifts it high off the glass. Little roller to the net. Puck on its edge. Picked up by Florida. They send it up ice. Stretches to the far side. Played by Towery in the corner. He gets help from Carney. Carney keeps it in the corner. Sends it up ice to Corsica. He looks, feeds, gets it to Red. Red shoots. Goes wide right. Follows it up on the backhand. Corsica shoots and goes wide on the right side. Works through traffic. Taps it to the blue line. Played up by Carney. Taken back by Florida and moved down to the far end. Played out into the neutral zone, Florida. Taken back by Preds and offsides by Florida. Davis, Kennedy, Howard come on. They join Graham and Minnie. Face off at center ice. Davis walks in, draws it back to Graham. Graham skates it up. Enters into the zone and offsides is the call. Just crossed the line a little early. So face off again. Far side, neutral zone. Davis with the draw, gets it to Graham. Graham to Kennedy. He chips it high, finds Davis. Davis gets a shot. He lifts it high over the crossbar and in the net. Had a low angle shot, but he had some room. Kennedy. Now Howard. Howie keeps it, centers it. Crosses out to Graham. Graham tipped in front, loose. Hit the pads. And kick to the wall. Good shift. Stay on him, Howie. Attaboy. Move it in. Graham shoots, goes off the blocker, shoots it high. Kennedy chases in, line change for the Preds. Far side sent in by the Preds, and icing is the call. Situational awareness. If you're joining late, it is 5-1 Florida. We're in the third period. We have 13 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. Face off, Farragut, right of Herman. Wrap behind the net, man down. Loose in front. Herman on the pads, makes his way from left to right. Florida sends it in on net. Tip behind the net. Herman stretches out, puts a pad on it. On the right side, now we got a penalty coming. It's going to be on Florida. Herman will go off. Boys will set up, go 6-on-5. Florida will flush us out, and they touch the puck. So we'll go onto the power play. Power play coming at 5-on-4. Amick will take the drop. Florida wins the draw. Sends it out to the blue line. Played across ice and out of play by the D. Circled back, picked up by Loesch. He'll reset. Loesch works his way to the middle, lost his edge. Florida goes back. On an odd man or man down, short-handed. On comes Sisti. He's held up at the blue line by the ref. Florida pushes it down ice, back the other way, picked up by Simpson, sent up ice to Fitz. Can't get anything started on this power play. We're in the neutral zone, but we got to get down here and get set up. Loesch comes in. Puck back out in the neutral zone. 2-on-2 back the other way. Florida, they do a little crisscross. Picked up by Fitz behind the net. Moved up the wall to Sisti. Sisti poke check, moves it to the far corner. Heyman comes over. He's slowing up a little bit. Florida sends it hard out of the zone. Puck is on edge, and it's waved off for icing. On comes Gorzica and Maxrow. Reg sends it in. Deflects off of the back wall. Played by Florida. Moved up the near wall. Now across to the other side. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, I believe. Yep, we are. So power play no longer a factor. Florida holding its own at the neutral zone. Max getting his way through, and they killed it. I don't know what they killed it for, but got a roughing. Roughing is the call. Who is it? Huh? Oh, too many men? Huh. Too many men penalty. So one in the box. We're on a PK. Davis Farragut. Minnie. And Graham, I believe. Florida will work their power play for 1:30. We'll have Reg sitting in there for the too many men call. Icing is the call. And we'll do a reset of the face-off down on the far end right of Herman. Davis at the drop. Wins it to the corner. Minnie controls it. Florida comes up with it. Cross ice. They shoot from the slot. Backside. Herman. Wow, what a save. Herman does the splits. Shot goes from the left. Does the splits, kicks out, covers. After being on the left side, he had to come back to the right side. Big save. I know it's hard to see down there. Sorry. Far end. That's a tough one because of all the marks on the glass if I zoom in. Big scrum in front of the Preds bench. We got 3 bodies in there. We're just trying to kill this. Down in front. Oh, back door was open. Fanned on by Florida. Line change. You got Heyman, Loesch, Sisti. And icing is waved off. Right in front of us here. Sisti's tied up. He's being held. And he gets his head ripped off. Dumped in by Florida. Harney gives chase. Florida has it at the blue line. They cycle, look to get a shot, cross ice. Howie comes on. He joins Kennedy and Davis with Cowrie and Barney. Howie with the puck, cuts to the middle, works through traffic, loses the handle. Picked up by Towery. He goes to the backhand. Centers. Davis shoots wide. Got a little flopper there from the blue line. This takeaway by Howard. Tries to turn it up by shot. Goes back behind Herman. Pushed back up by Towery. He cuts to the forehand. Looks, sends it across ice. Tries to pick up Kennedy. Towery again. Gets it out to the blue line. Graham back to Towery. Kennedy. Graham has to retreat. Puck came out of the zone. Graham with a big hit. Atta boy. Hardest hit I've seen today. Davis has room to skate. He's coming up. Looks to the middle. Sends it across. Puts it on net. Goes for a pad save or a pad pass. That's what that looked like. He sent it down to hit the right pad. He saw Kennedy on the wing. Shot on net goes wide on the far side. Nice job by Halter. He sends it in. He gets it deep and roughing on White. Power play coming for the Preds. No, that was a penalty on Florida. They had a roughing. No, he got across the red line when he threw it in. But we're so used to seeing that, I get it. Yep. Icing by Florida. We thought it was icing initially, but Florida had the roughing call, so that created the power play. Face off to the right. We'll get you over there. Ronayne at the draw, wins it, throws it, gets it out to the blue line. Arnie back to Towery. Towery has a nice view looking at Ronayne, but good play by Florida. They put a stick in the lane and took the pass. Far corner. Short-handed. Florida pushing the puck down ice. They've got the tempo. 7:20 on the clock. 5-1's the score. We're going to get something going here. Power play is supposed to help us. Give Florida props. They're putting the pressure on. We can't get the puck into the neutral zone to set up a power play down on this end. Back the other way. Far side, Reg. He comes up to the red line. Here comes Heyman. He circles, bunches up with his own guys. Gotta move it. And Florida's quick to stop us. Dancing with the puck. Shot, backhand, pad save. Kicked out to the wall, picked up by Florida. Now out to the middle, Fitz. He works his way up. Gets across the blue line, enters in, goes for the toe drag. Back behind the net, cleared by Florida. Graham at the blue line, chipped high. He hand passes it. That's waved off because it went to Florida, and now it's offside. A lot of action on that far side on the blue line. Farragut comes out with Halter and Ackright. Farragut circles, gets ready for the drop. Minnie and Towery, or no, Graham. Minnie and Graham on D. Tampa, Tampa. I don't know what my deal is with Tampa. I think it's Tampa on the brain. Florida. Ackright gives it to Farragut. He works his way through some traffic, gets to the baseline. Florida turns it back up the other way. Nice takeaway by Graham into the neutral zone. Gives it to Ackright. Ackright skates it across, and we're offsides. Oh. 5:33 remaining in the third period. Davis, Howard, and Kennedy. Neutral zone face-off draw. Whistle dead. We got somebody hurt on the bench for Florida. It looks like they blew the whistle to check on somebody. Not sure what was going on. A funky rhythm to this game nonetheless. What's that? Yeah. I don't know what they stopped play for. I think there's an injury on the bench. Player's got for Florida, he's got maybe a cut? Something. They're tending to him. It looks like he's got some cloth out or something. Players are in pause. Be right back. Back at it. Gus figured it out. Puck sent in by Simpson, wrapped around to the backside. Over to Kennedy. Back the other way goes Florida. Deep into the corner. Loesch steps in, gets a piece of it. Florida shoots off the left pad of Herman. Now behind the net. Blue line shot goes behind the net. Looks like it got trapped on top of the net. So referees have killed it. We are 5-on-5. It is 5-1. We're in the third period with 4 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. Got a lot of work to do. Looks like the refs are trying to patch up some snow or get some blood off the ice. One of the players got cut. I don't know how because they have a cage on, but it got cut on his head, so they must have found some blood on the ice. So I want to get it cleaned up. That is done, and the puck is lifted out of play, resulting in another face-off. Player coming off. Got a nice cut on his forehead. It's a coach's kid for Florida, so hopefully he'll be all right. Maybe he's going to get some stitches, perhaps. Yeah, a big piece of gauze over his left forehead. We got a penalty coming on the far end, and it's going to be a slash on, I'm not sure who, but Reg is going in for just like roughing for a slash, so he'll be in the box for 1:30. Farragut slides in for the face-off, left of Herman, far corner. Florida sends it out to the blue line, cycles it across, drops it to the low corner. Picked up in the middle by Farragut. He skates it out of the zone, sends it across the blue line. Florida pulls it back up to the far side. Cross-ice pass through the neutral zone, dumped into the corner. Picked up and played by Graham. Now behind the net, Minnie comes over. Plays the backhand, gets it to Farragut. He chips it high, gets it out of the zone, forces Florida out. They'll have to reset. Tipped on the far side. Graham comes across, lays across the ice. Slows up Florida's pressure. They are on a power play. In the slot, shot, pad save, Herman. Kicked it to the wall. Herman drops down, puts a glove up, didn't get through. Shot did not get through. Icing will be the call. We got 15 seconds left to kill. 3:17 on the clock in the third, and it's 5-1, Florida. Puck is down in the corner, played by Loesch. Back behind the net, sent down ice. Icing is the call. What do you do? I agree. Puck out of play. No rhythm here right now. It's like every 10 seconds it seems like there's a whistle. Face off in the neutral zone. 3 minutes to go in the game. We are even, 5-on-5. Down in the low corner again. Heyman pushes the puck out, finds Fitz. Fitz on the far side to Sisti. He comes across. Sisti tries to center, knocked down by a skate. And Heyman's going to go in the box for roughing. And a power play going for Florida. Insult to injury. Power play for Florida. Face off down on the far end. 1:30 to kill. We've got a PK. Farragut, Halter. Loesch and Simpson will kick off this PK. Farragut draws it, brings it up, fanned on there by Halter. He was trying to clear the zone. He did clear it, he just didn't clear it where he wanted to. Florida will probably just play catch with it. Send it deep and look to just kill time, I'd say, at this point. Florida with it, knocked down by Halter. He clears the zone. That'll keep the puck from icing. We play on. 2 minutes remain. Towery in retreat. Towery in the corner. Zone cleared. Florida drops it back to the blue line, charges in, finds a shooting slot, crashes the net, played off of the blocker by Jonesy, or Herman. Davis at the wall, he chips it in, nice play. He comes in, we got 25 seconds to kill. Looks like the boy that had the cut on his forehead, he has been patched up and back on the bench, so that's good to see for Florida. Just gonna let this play out for you. It's 1 minute and 15, 5 seconds to kill on the power play by Florida. Face off to the right of Herman. Looks like Ackright's gonna take the drop. Whistle for the boys creeping. Shot goes in. Covered by Herman. So we'll do another face off to the right of Herman. Into the corner. Minnie gets help by Graham. Moved up ice. Over to Ackwright. Ackwright to Fitz. Now back to Ackwright. Ackwright gets through. Taken back by Florida. Florida stretches it across ice. Referee was like, I got you. I'll hold you up here at the blue line, force you to come back. 30 seconds left. Paddle save and glove puck by Herman. Will force the face-off to his right. We'll see Farragut take the drop. Into the corner, Florida. Now back to Loesch. Loesch moves it up ice. And deflected up over the wall and out of play in the Florida bench. Face off in the neutral zone. Draw one by Florida. Moved up far side into the corner. In comes Simpson. Icing is the call. 10 seconds remain. So we'll see a final face-off. Final face-off draw. Right in front of us here with 10 seconds to go. Ian draws, wins. Kennedy turns to shoot. Knocked down by Florida. One more shot on net. Covered with 3 seconds left. Trying to notch one more goal just for goodness sake. One final face-off. Draw it over. Rip it. And there you have it. There's the buzzer. Florida victorious 5-1 in this final, which brings us to a close in this season. Good run. Just didn't have enough in the tank, but good run. And that brings the 25-26 season to a close. Final game, 5-1. It's been a pleasure. Enjoyed bringing games to you. They're not always the greatest to give you, I guess, as far as how they come across, but hey, it's a free broadcast, right? So hope everybody's enjoyed it, and wish you the best. Thanks for joining this year.